Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including a Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hi there.
Yeah, back for our every other week Ladybug podcast. This week we are doing the Ladybug fandom survey, which we have been telling you guys to fill out the past month, and some of you have, and we have the results.
Some of you, not as many as we thought,
but some of you have filled this out. We have the results, and we'll be playing a game to go over the results where Delaney or April will be crowned the most knowledgeable of our listeners. There you go.
Is there a prize?
No.
Oh.
Unless we think of one during the podcast.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
Do we want the winner to be exclusively able to choose next week's podcast, or do we want to collectively just choose?
That's too much power.
Right?
That's
a pretty minor prize, and even that's too much. Okay, yeah,
it's too much.
Okay,
I just want bragging rights.
Okay, bragging rights as the I don't know. Well, we have a question saying who's your favorite.
If I win, I want to be the voice of the people.
Okay, whoever wins is the voice of the people.
Voice of the people.
Okay. So this is a podcast idea I got from Rob as a podcast, Rob and Akiva Need a Podcast. They did a census of their listeners, and then they played an over-under guessing game. We're basically going to do the same thing here. So shout out to them for that. And basically, if you didn't see the survey, there's questions on Ladybug. There's fun questions about our podcast, and then at the end, there's demographic questions, and we're interested to see what the results are, and we'll see if Delaney and April who have not seen the results, I have seen the results, if they can guess what the most listeners thought about all of these questions. So yeah, if you've not checked us out, overlyanimated.com, subscribe to all our Ladybug feeds, etc. And then at the end, we're going to go over what we're going to talk about next week. But here's how the game's going to work. Okay, I've not gone over this with Delaney and April, so hopefully this isn't too hard. So we're going to rotate between you two. One of you goes first. The person who goes first. First of all, we have to pick which option we're guessing about. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes not. But we'll say first one is who's your favorite character. So we'll say do we want to guess how many people said Marinette or Adrian or whatever? So we'll guess one of them. The first person guesses an exact percentage. If it's within 5% high or low, you get a point. And then the second person says if it's higher or lower than the first person said. And then they get a point if they're right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and because I read it and it didn't make sense, but I'm good now.
But okay, that's explaining it was better. Okay. 5% higher above means if you guess 25, if it's 30, or if it's 20, you get a point still, 10 point range.
Okay.
Yeah, so one thing to note is we could have tried to get a lot more responses, but I thought it would be better to just actually get people to listen to the podcast. So we have 92 responses here. So 100,
that's pretty high.
100-ish. It is hard to get people to fill things out, so this is pretty good.
Man, I should have filled it out and would have.
I filled it out.
Delaney filled it out. Okay, Delaney's skewing the results in favor.
I can't remember. Did I fill it out? I don't remember.
Can I do it real quick?
No, I filled it out.
You'll do it as we play, okay?
I think I filled it out before the podcast stuff was on it.
Yeah, Delaney and April contributed some of the questions in an early. So I may have seen an early version of this. Yeah. So we tried to get people that actually listen to this podcast. So keep that in mind when guessing. This isn't necessarily the whole Miraculous fandom. It's just our listeners. And then the other thing is keep in mind how many answers there are to every question. So the more answers, the more spread out the vote's going to be. So I'll go over that for each question. So these first. I guess not the first two, but the first one, and then there's episode coming up. Those have 1 million answers. So, other than that, though, there's questions with less responses. Okay, we'll go over it as we go. So, if it doesn't make sense, I think it'll make sense once we play. So, the first question is, who is your favorite character? And I listed all the options I thought people would realistically choose, including Adrian, Marinette, Alia, Nino, Chloe, etc. People added a bunch more, so I didn't get all of them. But not a bunch more, but some people
In the other category?
In the other category, yeah. I didn't think that people would have other favorites, but
who did they write in? Manon?
We'll go for that. No, but I don't think there were any Manon responses.
I'm sure it was like Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, I should have put Alex on. There's a few people, and they've spelled Alex in different ways. So there's like 3 Alex responses. But okay, so we're guessing percentages, not number of people. So Delaney, you're going first. So what do we want to guess? Do you want to do Marinette or Adrian for this one?
Okay, I think 60% picked Marinette.
Okay, Marinette. We'll do Marinette. 60% of the listeners picked Marinette, says Delaney. So April, do you think it's higher or lower than that?
I think it's higher.
Higher. Okay. So what?
Yeah.
Why do you both of you any thought behind that?
It's because Marinette's the best character.
Okay. Yeah.
Duh.
Which is why I think it's higher. But also, there's part of me that wants to be like, no, it's lower because they all probably are trolling us, and they picked.
They all picked
Luca.
That was also my deep fear, is that they're trolling me specifically, and they picked Luca.
Yeah, we'll go over how many Luca responses.
First.
Yeah. Okay, so 60 and over. The correct answer of people who said Marinette is their favorite is 38%.
Oh my gosh.
Neither of you get a point for that one. But
Darn.
that was an aggressive guess. I tried to tell you that there's a million answers, so...
I play hard or I don't play.
Okay. Aggressive. Okay. Second was Adrian, 22.8%, and then no one else was above 10%. The next highest is Hawkmoth, 8.7%. That's good. Alia, 5%. Luca had 4%. Kagami 3. There's I didn't put Plague as a response, and 3 people wrote in Plague.
Really? Did anyone write in Tiki?
No.
I know no one actually would have, but I wanted to know.
No. So 2 people said Plague, 1 person said Plague, LOL sorry.
LOL sorry. That's good. Thank you. You should apologize for picking Plague.
Yeah, I think you should.
You should feel bad.
So over 50% say Marinette or Adrian. People are going to have random favorite side characters, so I think that makes sense. But of note is Marinette beat Adrian. I think my theory is if this was a survey of the whole fandom, Adrian would beat Marinette.
Yes, because the majority of the fandom is like 12-year-old girls.
Yeah, or, similar. People who embody 12-year-old girls. But
yes, like either you are a 12-year-old girl or you have the spirit of a 12-year-old girl. Like either one of those.
It's fine. Either is valid. But we'll see. We have demographics at the end. But we're Marinette lovers here, so we're going to skew the audience. I feel like pro Marinette. We're very pro Marinette relative to like.
And we're very anti-Chat Noir.
Very.
Yeah, I did say Adrian, not Cat, on this, but
his cat sucks.
people, should I have put Ladybug and Marinette as separate answers?
Oh my god, this third question is so good.
Okay, we'll get to that. There's some good ones. I'll say at least one of these questions has a hilarious result. A few of them, maybe, but definitely one of them. So yeah, okay. What do we think? 38% Marinette favorite. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a solid answer. Yeah, so I'm happy our audience was pro Marinette. But I think a lot of Adrian love, and there'd be even more so if we're surveying further people. Okay, second question is scoreboard 0-0 right now.
Woo, tie
game.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it here. 0-0. Next question is, what's the best? Delaney, I'm going to win, says Delaney. Okay, we don't even need it. We'll see if the confidence sustains. What's the best season of Ladybug so far? Season 1, season 2, or season 3? So April, you're going to guess the percent. Well, I guess the person who guesses can just choose which one they want to guess. But don't guess like season 1. Guess like ones that have a chance of being highest. Yeah.
What? Season 1's not the best season?
Okay, I spoiled the result.
Shook it.
Dang it. Okay. I feel like it's season 2, and it probably has 57%.
Okay, April says 57% said season 2 was their favorite. Higher or lower, Delaney?
Lower.
Lower? Do you
think
the
gas.
Do you think season 2 will be the highest result?
No, I think season 3 is.
Okay. Season 2 is 21%, and season 3, 75% of people have season 3.
I should get a bonus point.
Well, it's like
She
more like
should.
April gets a negative bonus point, I feel like.
Oh
but
no.
yeah, there you go. Season 3, by far, people's three-fourths of people said season 3 was their favorite. I actually thought season 2 would be the favorite as well going into the survey, but the results were consistent. People choosing season 3.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be season 2 because we got season 3 as like a scramble. And so, I don't know. I just thought maybe other people would find that as irritating as we did. But
it's not Ladybug's fault.
that's true.
Yeah, lay off Marinette about that one, right?
Yeah, it's not her fault.
So I think we collectively think, I don't remember who said season 2 or season 3 among us, but I feel like we're very pro season 3 on this podcast. I've seen more pro season 2 sentiment elsewhere. So that's why I thought it would be season 2 higher, but I think we maybe people like the latter episodes of season 3 or something. You know, maybe it's coming together for people,
right?
But plus, probably people skew more towards our opinions. We'll see if that stays going on. But yeah, pretty overwhelming result for season 3 is the winner. 3 trolls said season 1 was the best season of Ladybug.
That's good. 3
Those
trolls
are my people.
Needle and 2 other people, right?
Yeah, Needle. I think Needle actually filled out the survey twice.
Possible, yeah. 3, yeah, it's very possible.
3 times.
Yeah, I think it was at one. There was one vote before I mentioned it on the last podcast, and then I think I encouraged other trolls to vote for it. So, but there
Proud
you
of
go.
you.
Season 3 is the favorite season according to the survey voters. Okay, next question is:
No. I want a scoreboard.
Okay, scoreboard is April. Wait, was it? Oh, it's Delaney 1, not April 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong on there. Delaney 1, April 0. Okay. Next question. Do you hate Lila? 2 answers, yes or no. Pretty straightforward question. What % of our listeners hated Lila, Delaney?
70%.
70% hated Lila. April, will it be higher or lower than 70%?
It's going to be much higher.
Much higher. How high do you think it's going to be?
Like at least 80, 85.
I thought about saying 100%, but like I didn't.
Okay, the percent of listeners who hate Lila is 86% hate Lila.
Nice.
Yeah!
April, very close with what her guess would have been. The thing about this is, I think most people either hate Lila or love to hate Lila. Like, so that both are yes in this response. It's like, it's not, because I love to hate Lila, but that doesn't mean I don't hate her, right? So I feel like that's still a positive response. So the pretty high result. We're seeing how close to 100 we could get with this question, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was April's point, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Tied up 1-1.
You made the rules. You should know.
I'm just trying to remember who said that. That's why I put the tracker here, but I don't feel like filling out the tracker. So I forget. Okay, here's our second giant response option. So what's your favorite episode of Ladybug so far? Oh. So I put like 15 episodes I thought would be most likely. People added a lot more too. Not a lot more, but some more. So this is a really tough one to guess, but we could do April. Give us your prediction for the most loved episode. Note this is favorite, not best. And then what percent said the most loved episode?
There's so many good episodes on here.
Oh.
I can't believe you put Gorizilla on here. It's hilarious.
I thought the fans loved. Okay, I'll split. The answer is not Gorizilla, but people love that episode.
I mean, it's a good episode, but I was like,
say.
my thing is like when you look at this, I'm like, why is Gorizilla on here?
I'm telling you, they love that episode, but it's not the favorite.
I mean, to be fair, it's hysterical, but like,
yeah,
people love Wayham.
Okay. It's probably Chat Blanc.
Chat Blanc.
That's what I was thinking.
Expert pronunciation there from April. Okay.
Good job.
Thanks.
What percent said Chat Blanc?
Like 35.
35% Chat Blanc, says April. Delaney, is that higher or lower than 35?
Lower.
Lower.
I think it's like 25.
Okay. The percent. So first of all, impressive guess by April, because this was the favorite episode, was Chat Blanc. But that's not how you don't get points in the game for that, though. But
Dylan's like, JK, it doesn't matter.
I mean, we could give a bonus point, but I was impressed by that. I didn't think Chat Blanc would win this.
No, that's what I was thinking, because I mean, it just makes sense.
We'll discuss. But so the answer, the percent of people who said their favorite episode was Chat Blanc is 26%.
Yes.
So that's a point for Delaney, I believe. But yeah, Chat Blanc. Commanding top 2 responses, Chat Blanc and then Oblivio with 21%. Third place, Origins.
I figured for me, if I was having to guess, I was going between Chat Blanc and Origins.
I feel like we didn't love Chat Blanc, though. You know, like...
we didn't, but like, it definitely makes sense
that
for...
The fandom would. Okay, so you're not saying you would pick it, you're saying the fandom would.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick it. Like, I would probably pick Gamer or... Oblivio.
Yeah, so Oblivio's high percent. No other episode got a ton. Sandboy 6%, Glaciator 6%, Ladybug 5%.
Are you in back order? Your favorite episode of all?
Only two. I guess I didn't vote in this. So 3 people said back order. Although I think back order is the best episode, I might not choose it for favorite though.
Right.
So.
Which is it's like Ladybug's good. Like.
Yeah. So this is about half of responders said Chat Blanc or Oblivio. I will pause this discussion because this inspires an idea for the end of the podcast, for a potential podcast. But I didn't. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I thought Oblivio. I mean, I thought Godzilla was a fan favorite, but Glaciator. Yeah, I mean, there's.
How is Stormy Weather not on here, Dylan?
Or Stormy Weather 2.
Yeah, okay.
No one. First of all, Stormy Weather 2 is even worse of an answer. But
no one
wrote in Stormy Weather. I think people.
I'm shocked.
I'm gonna write it in right now.
People wrote in Star Train. I don't think I put that on there.
Yeah, I can see why people would write in Star Train. Star Train should be on here.
Yeah, that's like your favorite. I feel like that might be your actual answer.
I do love Star Train.
Yeah,
it's a good episode.
So it was pretty spread out response. But yeah, people still love Origins. That was their favorite episode from season 1. I remember that. The fandom loves that episode. And then the finale is not 2 people said the season 2 finale. 2 people, or season 3 finale. 3 people said the season 2 finale. So
I would probably pick Heroes Day over Battle of the Miraculous.
Yeah, which I don't remember which is which, but
Battle of the Miraculous.
We just did it last week.
It's the season 3 finale.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still on the season.
Heroes Day is the season 2 finale.
I'm still on the season 3 finale, but both are good. But yeah, I wouldn't pick either probably. Okay, so there you go. Chat Blanc, Oblivio, Origins. As the favorites. Next, more classic Ladybug questions. Pick your favorite of the 4 ships.
This is like such a chaos question. Why did you?
So a lot of these, as I said in the top, you might want to pick multiple answers or have some nuance to your answer, but you're not allowed. You have to just pick one of the answers.
Because Dylan's evil.
Because trying to get entertaining results. That's why. So Adrianette, Lady Noir, Maricat, or Ladrian. So whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
It's Delaney's.
It's Delaney's turn. Okay. Which is the highest and what percent?
This is such a difficult, like, oh my god. The one, it's stupid. They're the same people and we have 4 ships. It's ridiculous.
They are all the same, yeah.
So, like, I know us on the podcast, we ship Adrianette.
Yeah.
But, like, these all have their charm. I don't know who, like, I feel like it's between Adrianette and Lady Noir.
Okay.
This is so dumb. Like, this is so... Okay, I'm going to go with Adrianette. 50%.
50% for Adrianette. Okay. Higher or lower for 50% on Adrianette, April?
This is tough. If it's a dead even 25%, I'm going to cry.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if it's dead. I feel like it's lower.
Lower than 50%. Okay.
Yeah.
So Adrianette was the most popular one.
Okay.
And the percent of people who picked it was 40%. So
Man, I was so
Shut
close.
up.
This is nonsense.
So both of you, I feel like that you evened out on there. So 40% said Adrianette, 25% said Maricat, 23% said Lady Noir, and then only 12% said Ladrian.
I
Who
knew
are these
Ladrian would be the
monsters?
lowest.
So we all, as a person who would pick Ladrian for this answer, I know that life is suffering and everyone hates that ship. So we knew that because people don't like people don't like happiness. That's why Maricat is
happiness.
so much higher. Maricat did edge out Lady Noir for second place. The fandom is obsessed with that one.
That's true.
But most of I think if you polled the whole fandom as a whole, it's possible Maricat would win this. But for our listeners, Adrianette was the first.
Yep.
So April got the point there, but you guys are on points with your guesses of favorites so far. But yeah, it was split. Everyone got votes though here, which is good. Okay, next question. We're starting to get into sillier questions now, which is a better question. So when will Ladybug and Cat learn of each other's identities? The options are soon, end of season 4, not until the series finale or right before, or literally never.
Literally never.
That's the answer. Like it's
literally never.
Okay, April, which do you want to guess? You don't necessarily have to pick the highest, but I think it's fun to try to pick the highest too. And what percent do you think it is?
Okay, because it's not our answer. Because our answer is literally never. I think it's not until series finale.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be I'm gonna go for 47%.
Okay, 47%.
Yes.
Say not until the series finale or right before. Delaney, higher or lower?
Lower, because it's 100. Everyone picked literally never.
Never.
100% of everyone who voted picked literally never.
Okay, the percent of people who said not until the series finale right before is 45.7%. April nailed it. That was the highest response. And
what?
Delaney also gets a point for being lower though. So, but April really nailed that one. That was the most popular response. Second most popular, literally never, 28%. End of season 4, 23%. Soon, 2 people said soon. That's sad.
What trolls?
We have at various points on this podcast thought soon was the actual answer, and then constantly been disappointed. So,
and then literally we're always like soon, and then me and Dylan are like no.
Like why did we think that? Yeah, okay.
We know better.
You remember in season 1 where we thought it was going to happen? Hilarious.
I think the people who say literally never mean if they're doing the troll answer for series finales. So I think like an overwhelming majority of people think not until the series finale. Basically, is what I'm getting for this. Which I think is probably true at this point, but is not, I don't know if it's like 75% true or whatever, but that's what the listeners say. Okay. Next question. This is the big one.
This is the most important question on here.
I was actually genuinely excited to see what the responses were here. The question is Adrian a Sentimonster? If you're a new listener, go listen to the previous 20 podcasts to hear us discuss if Adrian's a Sentimonster. It's our reigning biggest theory, and we want to see whether the listeners agree. Is Adrian a Sentimonster? Delaney, what percent of people do think Adrian's a Sentimonster?
Okay, so this is going to make life difficult, so we're going to have to institute a rule. So, is Adrian a Sentimonster? I'm saying the answer is yes, 100%.
Whoa.
Okay, what's your logic here?
What do you mean? What's my logic?
What do you mean we're gonna have to institute a rule?
Okay, well I don't know because I guess because she can't pick higher. So if it's 100%,
yeah, you're boxing her out here. I see.
I'm boxing her out. So here it is. So if it is 100%, we both get a point.
I think if you're bold enough to say 100, you can box April out. I think that's fair. You're forcing April to say under. I think you can do that.
Oh. It's 100%.
Okay. Delaney's like trying to bet $0 on prices right here. Like that's
That's literally what it is, $0.
okay. April, what would you have picked for the actual percentage?
For the actual percentage?
Yeah, because your answer has been determined to be lower.
I don't know what y'all are talking about because it's 100%.
Probably, it's probably something like 70 to 80.
70 to 80. Okay.
Yeah.
The percent of people who think Adrian is a scent monster is 49.5%. So it is
our
split
argument is
exactly.
extremely compelling.
Delaney is so convinced she thought everyone would respond yes. I'm shocked by how you guys thought this was. Although I did think it would be decently high. 50% is a win here. For
it is a win.
This is a theory that is way out there.
Theory,
right? Half of our listener base thinks Adrian's a scent monster, so you can now not complain for us talking about this too much.
Yeah, it's a thing, and people want to hear about it, and it's important.
Right? I think this is going to make the Adrian Scent Monster podcast happen because half of the people said yes. This, I will say, some of these questions had a different response like early on, and then towards the end, it started to go in a different direction. So I interpreted, basically, yes was higher. It was like 65 or something, and then it went towards 50. I interpret that as like the hardcore fans voted first, and then more casuals voted later. So, I think we have the core listener base,
and then Needle
especially
voted 3
convinced.
times.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I locked people out. So only one Google account, but I don't know who voted for what. But we all voted yes in our hearts for Adrian as a scent monster. Half of the people, and we're so split on this that this is great. Almost exactly 50-50. One
This
vote
is great.
in either direction.
I love it.
Okay. The other most important question. So did I mark the point? April got the point on that one, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who is your favorite main overly animated co-host on Ladybug Podcast? Dylan, Delaney, or April?
No.
Should I not have included is someone's feelings about to get hurt? Like, should I not have put this question here?
No, I'm really curious.
Okay.
Oh, it's me, so it's fine.
Who's picking? I think April's picking.
Me.
Though, so, April, who do you think's higher of the 3 responses, and what percent?
If it's even, that'd be hilarious.
I know, right? Oh, I honestly think it's Delaney.
It's me. I'm the favorite.
What percent?
If it's 2%, I'm gonna hang up.
One person voted for Delaney.
One person picked Delaney. Okay, I'm hanging
It was
up.
Delaney.
Okay, Delaney. I think it's like Delaney with like 45%.
45% for Delaney. Says
Yeah.
April. Is Delaney higher or lower for percent of people who you're the favorite for?
I don't know if I want to like just be stupid or if it's higher. It's like 70%.
70%.
Whoa.
Is that your actual answer?
Okay, I'm so excited.
I didn't realize he was posting these in here.
I'm posting the images. You're saying higher than 45%, 45% for Delaney. Okay.
Okay.
The percent of people who Delaney is their favorite is 33%. The favorite is April with 43%. It's close. And me, 23%.
Interesting. See, when you said 32, I figured it was going to be like really close between all.
I did not expect to get
too.
many votes, but this is higher than I thought. I will say Delaney was winning for most of the survey, and then the late result came in for April. So, I mean, it was close. Like, it was always close between you two. But that means that the hardcore people love Delaney, and April's the casual favorite. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm the casual favorite. I want that on a shirt. Like,
no, both beloved though. That's what I would say. Both beloved. Who won that one? Neither of you, right? Yeah, neither of you get the point. So it's still 4-3. Okay. What do we think? This result? Are we offended?
Well, but April was like, what did you say? I guess you said 45. I guess that's what you said.
But that was for Delaney, though. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I got
Delaney,
confused.
you thought you'd be higher. Are you offended by being lower than April on the results?
No.
Okay. That's a very
Dylan, we got nothing but love here for
I
each
know,
other.
we're all-
I mean, I'm gonna like go to bed crying tonight, but like it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, same. Why couldn't I get 50?
What matters, Dylan, is that they voted us over you. That's what matters.
I agree. That is what matters. I mean, I think if you were to poll,
Actually, what I'm most offended about by this survey is that I'm not the orange one in the circle graph.
well, I couldn't control that, but that's the.
I'm sorry.
Look,
color.
April is the meme master. I think that's a very audience-friendly position.
That is
So I think that's my interpretation.
I just know how to appear to or appeal
to the masses.
Yeah, to 12-year-olds.
Well, we'll see at the end if it's.
I'm hip. I'm on that TikToks.
You're the oldest one, but that's okay.
I can't
yeah, I feel like are you hipper than Delaney, who's like closer to 12? Like which is the?
Okay. Now I'm offended. He's not wrong, but I'm still mad about it.
April is on TikTok though. That's true. I didn't know that.
So
I love TikTok.
Oh my god. Okay. Where's the overly animated TikTok run by April?
Honestly.
Consisting of her like playing with the Hawkmoth Funko Pop at work and posting the videos of that.
Oh my god.
I still love the snaps we get of Hawkmoth. It's great.
He's just hanging out on my desk.
Okay. Well, no, what works? Okay, here's the best question though. Who? I think one of you suggested this one. Who's most likely to be akumatized of the three of us?
It's me.
That's the three options: Delaney, Dylan, April. So who's picking for this one? Is it?
It's Delaney.
Okay, Delaney. What percent said you pick which one? Who's most likely to be akumatized?
It's me, and it's 60%.
60%. Okay. April, is it higher or lower?
That's hard. I think it's lower.
I'm not the favorite, so I get akumatized. That's how this is happening.
You're the second.
She's
favorite.
literally being akumatized right now.
Right
she doesn't
now,
even
right
know
this
it.
instant.
So you said lower than 60%.
Yeah.
Okay. Percent of people who said Delaney is most likely to be akumatized is 73%.
Yes!
Oh.
I knew it!
Very large percentage of people
I
said
knew
Delaney.
it! It's because I'm always yelling. Like,
Yeah, that is exactly right.
Like, this is so accurate.
This was my favorite result.
Like, it's the best one. Like, this is so good. Dylan is literally like 10%. Like, this is so good.
Right from the start, everyone was picking Delaney. Everyone agrees.
It's me. I mean, it's true. Like, if I asked my fiance, she would be like, "It's you."
I think so. That's definitely true.
Oh, absolutely.
I was thinking, how would Hawkmoth akumatize Delaney? And it's very obvious. He just has to pull out, hey Delaney, here's my real butterfly. And then you just get so angry. And then if the butterfly's already there to akumatize you, it's so easy.
Yeah, literally, there's so many. I just have to watch an episode of Ladybug and then I get akumatized. Like,
Exactly.
fine. This is so good.
And then, I also thought April would be very hard to akumatize because she'd be if Hawkmoth was there, she'd be so happy.
Like, oh my god, it's not
I'm too willing.
Yeah, you'd be like Chloe jumping from the Akuma. Yeah.
Like, yes.
Finally.
Okay. There you go. So neither get a point for that, but this is
But it's worth it.
We're on the
because
right
I was
track.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, now we got some
This is an offensive question. I'm going to be mad about it.
Is Dylan's Luca impression funny?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
You would have answered no, Delaney.
Obviously,
Of
I
course.
would answer no like 6 times.
But April, what do you think the listeners said?
I think the listeners said yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say like 90%.
90% Delaney said my Luca impression's
It's lower.
funny. Lower?
Yes. I
What
know
would
there's
you-
people out there who, like me, also hate it.
What would you have guessed?
I'd probably say like 50%.
Whoa.
Okay.
I think it's very divisive.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'm
this
so excited
is
for
a
this
good, yeah,
answer.
this will determine how divisive it was. Percent of people who said my Luke impression's funny is 68%.
What?
So it was lower, but
It's divisive.
I'm surprised.
68 is I'll take 68. That's pretty high. Like, I wouldn't say that's divisive. People are going to answer no to any question. Like
That's true.
like 15%
Yeah.
of people said they didn't hate Lila. So like this is clearly there's some that don't like this. But Yeah, they're all. Thank you, April. They're all wrong.
Also, what is it? You said that 92 people took the survey and there were only 88 responses.
Yeah, I will say this one and the who's your favorite co-host are like the least filled out ones, but a handful of people didn't want to offend us, so they didn't answer.
Which we appreciated, you sweets. But we
appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm not offended by this answer. This if anything, this will only reinforce.
He's just gonna keep doing it. It doesn't matter.
I got validation from this. So.
Also, he doesn't need validation. The only validation he needs is that it irritates the crap out of me, and so he keeps doing it.
Yeah, that's correct.
God.
This won't bring Luca back sooner, though. Luca's not coming back for a little bit.
Oh, thank God.
Unless there's an off-season idea that revolves around this.
The worst is like surprise Luca. Then I'm like, oh my God.
I think I surprise you every time, though. I try to. Okay, 68. So next question, maybe similar. Who would you want your own dead wife garden like April?
This question is like, I don't understand. Like,
I think April suggested this, and then I tried to figure out a way to phrase it.
Yeah, like that's my thing. I'm like, how do you phrase this question? Also, like, what does it mean to answer yes to this question?
Yeah, it's open for interpretation.
What are the implications of this question?
We're currently tied 4-4, by the way, Delaney and April on the scoreboard.
Okay.
So, and now it's back to April to answer how many people, fellow dead wife gardeners or gardenese, are there, April?
It's my turn to answer?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I thought it was Delaney's.
Wait, who did the last one?
I did.
You said,
Yeah, I said yes, and
Okay.
I said it was like 90%.
Okay, Delaney then.
Okay, I was like, I got confused. And then April was confused, and I was like, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
You're also confused by the question, so.
It is a very confusing question. Okay. Would you want your own dead wife garden like April? I'm going to say it's a 50-50 question, but I feel like people also didn't answer this question because it's confusing. Okay, I'm going to go with, sure, 80% said yes.
80% said yes, April. Is it higher or lower?
Oh, it's probably lower.
Okay. Everyone answered this question. Everyone had an opinion.
Seriously?
Everyone had an opinion. Percent of people who said they did want their own dead wife garden like April is 64%. Did want their own dead wife garden.
Yeah!
Okay. What are people talking about? Why do over 50% of people want to be dead? Like in all Pokemon's dead wife
This is
garden?
so confusing. Like, this is a baffling question.
I think people just vote yes because they love the dead wife card. But like
That's my thought. Like, I was like, are you just showing support for the meme? Or like...
It already doesn't make sense that April wants to be in the dead wife garden. Why do most listeners also
Like,
want to be in the
literally,
dead
if
wife
you
garden?
had just written dead wife garden, yes, no.
Yes
I
or
think
no?
the answer
Well,
was
everyone would have
still
said yes
the same.
then. I think everyone would have said
Like, I'm very confused.
That's what you
Like,
should have done.
oh my
I should have
God.
done
I
that,
just
yeah.
should have just said dead wife garden.
We had to like phrase it in the form of a question. But April,
This is
are
so
you
confusing.
heartened by your fellow coffin goers?
Look, these are my people.
These
They-
are your people, yeah.
They're
Did you
here
just say
for-
coffin goers? I hate
Coffin
you.
goers, yeah.
They're here for gardens filled with dead wives and butterflies. So,
And when you put it like that, who wouldn't want to? You know,
right. And if you come to my dead wife garden, there's a dance party
that's true. We do know
and some other things that I can't remember I put in there. Yeah, you guys are DJing
We're
it.
DJing it. I think Keanu Reeves is there. I listened
Oh,
back
Keanu
to that.
Reeves is definitely there.
I listened back to that clip for the trailer, so it was pretty good clip. Keanu Reeves is there for some reason. Yeah. Okay. So yes, people want to be in the Dread Wife Garden. Okay, now we're getting to the really hard hitting ones. Which do you love more, space dumpsters or holo-dad?
This is a hard question. I can't like.
Ooh.
How do you pick? Like,
How do you pick?
I think it's space dumpsters for sure.
Okay.
But I feel like it's like 55%, like just barely
why
the
are you doing this
favorite.
to me? Why are you making the game hard? Why?
Because I
why
have
you
to.
55
Ugh.
space dumpsters, Delaney. Higher or lower?
I don't see. I'm like, is it split? Because like I would pick space dumpsters, but like holo-dad is also great.
Holo-dad is wonderful.
You know what? YOLO, it's higher.
Higher than 55%. The percent of people who said space dumpsters is 72%
Oh!
for space dumpsters. They love the space dumpsters. It's tied again, Delaney and April.
To be fair, space dumpsters is like the best.
Yeah,
The thing is, space dumpsters is a order of magnitude larger of a meme for us, I would say.
It absolutely is, because like holo-dad's great, and holo-dad actually comes up. Like holo-dad actually happens in the show.
Do you forget that space dumpsters also actually happens in the show, Delaney?
But like holo-dad happens more than once.
Yeah, I mean, there's one main holo-dad appearance.
There's holo-dad, but then
we might need the off-season holo-dad research podcast where we figure out all the appearances of holo-dad.
But then, like, Space Dumpsters literally happened once, like 25 episodes ago.
That's accurate. Yes,
that's all it took.
But and we have another space dumpster question here. Do we talk about space dumpsters enough on the podcast? The options are yes, geez, more than enough. No, I need more space dumpster discourse. Or the appropriate amount of space dumpster content.
Oh.
Okay. It's the appropriate amount of space dumpster content, 60%.
60% for the appropriate amount of space dumpster content. April, higher or lower?
Ooh, that's hard.
Is this one harder than space dumpsters and holo-dad?
A little bit, because I'm trying to tap into how
April really wants to be the voice of the people.
I really do. Like, I'm using all of my psychic abilities right now.
April's like, I want this power.
I'm sending out Akumas to figure it out.
Like, if I win, I will abuse this power.
Information-seeking Akumas? Also, yeah. I'm afraid of Delaney being the voice of the people.
I think it's higher.
Than 60% for the appropriate.
No, lower. It's lower for sure.
Did me reading it change the answer, or did you just mean to say lower?
No, I meant to say lower.
Okay, I'll believe you. Okay.
April's like having a stroke over there.
I mean, this is a complicated question. Okay, the amount of people that said the appropriate amount of space dumpster content is 40%. Not the highest response. More space dumpster discourse.
I was afraid 55%. That was unsure.
Again, you're only validating us constantly talking about space dumpsters here. More than half of you want more.
Yep.
Okay. Noted. Noted on that one. Yeah, only a sliver of people chose we talk about it too much.
Put it on the idea board.
Yeah, more space dumpsters. You know, is it on there? I'm gonna put it on there. You know, space dumpsters. I don't know what we talk about, but we've got to find an angle. But I'm adding it to the idea board.
No, it's just it's a whole podcast with April either finding or making space dumpster memes.
Yeah, well, that's
also I made that one.
April memes is already on the board.
Okay.
That's there. We could merge them. Okay, now we have 3 demographic questions and then one to round it off here. So use all the information you've learned from these questions.
This is so hard.
Try to tell us. First one, are you over or under 21 years old? Who went last time? Delaney? Yeah. So April, what's your guess for over under 21?
Trying to think. I feel like, I'm gonna say 21 and older, but it's gonna be like 60%.
Okay, 60% for 21 and older. Delaney, higher or lower?
Lower. You're all children.
Okay. The answer is 21 and older, 59.3%. April nailed it.
I'm incredible.
But you both get points, so
yeah. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, look, 21 or under, 40%. That's a large percentage. So.
You're all children.
They're still all children, but not as much as.
It's okay. I'm the child on the podcast, so it's fine.
Yeah, also the old one apparently, but
It's very confusing.
I think the Ladybug fandom's younger than this, but
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I do think this podcast is our youngest like listener base.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think it could be a little younger than this too, but these are the people who filled out the survey. Yeah, that's good. Next question: what's your gender identification? Female, male, non-binary, or other? April went on that one.
So, I went on 21.
Okay, Delaney.
Okay, so this is like I don't. See, it's hard to tell too with the Discord. Female 40%.
Okay, female 40%. April, higher or lower? Was the dog trying to give an answer on that one? Is that what that was?
Probably.
Okay.
Emma knows.
Is that? I thought that was your dog.
Oh no, it's the neighbors.
Okay.
I think it
could be one of 3 dogs. I still don't understand, but okay.
Not enough dogs.
See more dogs.
I think it's higher
than 40% for a female. Okay.
Yeah.
72.5% of listeners female on this one.
Man, I shouldn't have gone with basing off the Discord.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're basing too much on the Discord. 5% non-binary or other, 22% male. Yeah, I also know that this is one of our most female-heavy pod listener bases.
Like, it makes sense because, like, that would make sense for, like, the demographic of the show. But, like, our Discord is, like, 85% dudes.
I think 85% of dudes talk, but if you look at there's like a identification thing. It's like 50-50. But yeah, isn't that the internet though?
It's true. You're not wrong.
But yeah, okay. A lot, female heavy, non-male heavy listener base for Ladybug podcast. Yay. And then to round this out, do you identify as LGBTQIA+? Yes or no? Interesting question.
Yes.
No, not. Is that the most? Is that what you think the most popular answer is, or your answer for this?
Both.
Okay. Wait, is it your turn to fill it out? I don't remember. Yeah, I think it is your turn. Okay, so what's the percentage?
60%.
60%. That's very high. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Could be right.
I don't know. Because my thing is like skews. Because like we're literally like the gay podcast.
Yeah, look, it's hard because we're a queer oriented podcast, but it's not like Ladybug audience would be super high in general. Yeah.
Well, my thing is like I'm not sure if I agree with 60 or if I think it's like 50.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go with lower.
Okay, lower. The answer is 49%, so basically 50-50.
Oh, that's right, yes.
I had 60. I thought 50% is crazy high. Like,
yeah, definitely. No, it adds, I mean, 50's high. Like, this is, like, especially for, like, you said, like, 90-something people filled this out. Like, that's pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Ladybug's the gayest show.
Absolutely not.
So, okay, 2 things. One, like where we skew with our audience skews gayer, but then also I think like Ladybug being like a younger audience, I think young people these days are much more likely to identify generally as queer.
Right, because it's one of those like you're more exposure, like more likely to identify,
like significantly like more likely.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I think that's probably in play here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you surveyed the whole fandom, this would be lower. But that's pretty.
I think if you surveyed the whole fandom, it would probably go down to probably like maybe 25%.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Maybe a little lower. But yeah, that's cool though. So our female skewed younger gay audience. There you go. That's
love it.
The answer. And then to round things out here, Delaney could tie it.
I got
April's up by 1 heading into the last question. When will season 4 premiere in any country? So I screwed up the answers to this in the beginning, so I need to make sure to read the right answers. But we got fall 2020, near the end of 2020, 2021 or later, or tomorrow? Or is there a fifth answer? What you guys tell me?
Summer 2020.
Summer 2020 or earlier, yeah. At first I got the year wrong, so there's also questions are out there. Okay, so there's a lot of potential answers here. But we're approaching summer already.
Well, I don't know. Like, is it like, are people going to go with like realistically or like what they want?
Are they jaded or are they optimistic? Yeah.
Okay,
so who went on that last one?
I did.
It was April. Okay, back to Delaney Ken. If she nails an option here. I'm
going to go 30% fall 2020.
Fall 2020, 30%. Okay. Higher or lower, April?
I think lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
Okay. Fall 2020. That's probably the most likely time. That's when Zag said it was airing. So do we believe Zag? The answer is 36%. Just missed Delaney with
Are you serious? Give it to me. This is ridiculous.
No, so April wins because neither of you got a point.
Stupid. This is a dumb game.
I mean, basically it's tied, right? Like that was as close as you get. So let's review the results. So 36% said fall 2020, 36% said near the end of 2020, and then a small amount of people said the other responses as well, smaller amount. So most people think
akumatized right now
later this year. So this you're just validating the Delaney akumatization theory here.
It's happening right now.
April wins 8-7. Okay, April, you're the. Do you accept this? You accept the victory after the close edging out of Delaney as the voice of the people.
I accept this victory.
Oh, okay, savage. Okay.
I'm so mad. Like 5%, such a stupid arbitrary number.
Oh yeah,
and it was 6%.
It was
I'm mad.
6%. Yeah,
this is stupid.
This is stupid.
No, and the worst part is I thought to change it to 35 right before.
Okay,
Dumb.
I mean, you're both winners here. You're both winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not the voice of the people.
Okay, we need to come up with another contest now. Delaney can win.
Yeah. Now this sounds like pity. I don't want your pity.
We already had game show on the board, so we'll try to come up with a game show.
Oh, we can do a game show. I'm good at trivia.
Okay, Delaney? What was your biggest takeaway from this survey?
It's a hard question.
Ladybug trivia would be very difficult. We'd ask about random season 1 stuff. Like okay,
so bad. I guess my takeaway is that I was like, obviously I lost, but I do feel like I knew more about our listeners than I thought I did.
There you go. That's good. Yeah, you guys did well. That's why I said you're both winners. You're both winners here. April, what's a takeaway?
I'm surprised not more people are on board with the Adrian is a sentimonster theory.
Yes, that's surprising. You would think it's everyone.
Yeah.
I was surprised 50% of people were on board. I mean, it's a big theory, you know?
But it is a big theory, which there should be more people on board with it.
Okay.
We've made very compelling arguments.
I'm glad you guys are so on board with this. That means we're going to do this podcast now. And we can come up with all the reasons why you should support it. Okay, that's good. Thank you guys for filling it out. I think that was fun. Voice of the people, April, and almost voice of the people, Delaney. And we can now.
I would prefer voice of the people, runner up.
Runner up. Okay, runner up. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's true. Small news we've gotten about Ladybug in the past 2 weeks is Jeremy Zag, I think, posted on Instagram that they're recording English voices for the movie right now. And so if you listen to our script and board-driven podcast a few days ago, which Ladybug is a script-driven show, you'll know that the voices come right after the script. So we are still early on in production, but of the movie. But that means they finished the script, probably. That's cool. Well, that could be one of our podcast ideas. And then there's also a toy fair with new Ladybug toys. I think Ladybug's like kind of known for having horrific looking merchandise.
Yep.
And these are probably the nicest looking toys that we've gotten. So that's cool. So look for those at some point. Let me pitch some topics, you guys. We don't have one hammered out for next week. We do have an idea board. So, like I said, the results for this inspired me from this survey that we do a Chat Blanc and versus Oblivio rewatch podcast, which is better. So we would have to rewatch 2 episodes. So there's homework, so we can decide if we're in the mood for homework. And we contrast the 2 episodes, and we see if rewatching them, if we agree with the listeners that these are the 2 favorite episodes.
Can we make a Venn diagram?
We could make a Venn diagram, yeah.
Don't snort at me.
I think April would put like pictures inside of it and stuff.
Yes.
You'd have to make it really
She
big.
was
100.
already thinking about it. Like, as soon as I said Venn diagram, she was like, pictures.
I was like, ooh.
We construct some sort of chart or picture over the course of a podcast, then post it later. I think that's basically we've done. Basically,
what we do anyway.
So that could be a separate idea.
Yeah.
And speaking of the movie, we should do some sort of movie speculation podcast. Are we excited?
It's just us being like, I don't know.
Right. We go over the second idea. We go over all the available information from the movie. So I would have to do homework. Are we excited for the movie? And like, do we think it's really happening? So I think we could do a podcast on that. Then third idea, another rewatch podcast I put on the board is Feast. Because we talked a lot on the Feast podcast about the Guardians being back. So we just rewatch Feast and speculate about like what that might mean in season 4, the Guardians being back. I feel like that could fill a whole podcast.
Oh, definitely.
And then another one is we didn't talk too much about Chloe's betrayal, Chloe Demption. I think Delaney put this one on here, or someone did, about just where are we going with this Chloe arc after the season 3 finale? So that would build.
So the Rip Chloe podcast, okay.
Maybe Rip Chloe podcast builds on our rewatch season 3 discussion. So
it's just a picture of Dylan with like tears.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. What jumps out at you guys from those ideas for next week or the week after next week?
I mean, any of I'm fine rewatching Oblivio and Chat Blanc.
I think that would be an interesting discussion.
Okay, you're fine watching them? Yeah, we can do that one then.
And I'm also fine rewatching Feast.
Yeah. I think the Chat Blanc Oblivio, I think it's good. It would be a good build off of the survey. So
I would definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's do that one. And then I want to do the movie one at some point soon, so we can put that one. And Feast, do we like all 4? These could be our next 4. That would...
Yeah. Fine with all of them.
Well, I don't know. We could also, if we we could turn the end of the podcast into taking ideas. I don't know if people are going to write in, but if you have ideas, how about email us? And then some people have already. But email us, say like for the podcast in the email, and then maybe like we could do the end of the podcast. We read stuff and we see if we like it. I don't know though. That could be a whole thing. That's from We'll see though. We're finding this. This was a fun one. We'll revisit your favorite episodes next podcast, and we will build from there. Maybe we'll get news, and we'll be inspired to talk about whatever's in the news. Probably not yet, but we're hopeful. So there you go. Delaney or April, final thoughts on this?
This was fun.
Yay.
This was fun, and I'm glad to have been announced as the voice of you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm mad. Anyway.
I'm buying myself a tiara.
My god.
Oh man, we need a something.
She gets cat ears. That's what she gets.
We need a yo-yo sash. I don't know, something like that.
I'm looking up sparkly cat ears.
That's what you need.
Sparkly cat. Why sparkly though? Why?
Because it's April. Let her have them. April, does it matter?
Don't let me have my sparkly cat ears.
What kind of question is that?
Okay.
That is a silly question.
It makes sense. I thought we were like handing the cat ears off to the winner of every contest, So
yeah, we can do that.
Sparkly cat ears fit Delaney, but they fit April.
You're not wrong, but you're
you're a cat stan though, so.
But she's voice of the podcast. This is the voice of the podcast.
Okay.
Cat. Okay, I didn't click on the link. I need to see what these cat ears look like.
Sparkly cat ears.
It doesn't mean I know what those look like, but these are pretty good. Yeah,
That's nice.
They have different colors.
Yeah.
You want? Ooh! There's rainbow. Did you see that? There's rainbow.
Those are the ones I'm about.
Okay, that's good.
I'm adding it to my cart.
It's not. Can we expense this?
You tell me.
Or are you wearing? Is this a personal purchase, or is this a podcast
This is
purchase?
definitely a personal purchase.
Okay.
As soon as we named her the winner, she's like, "I'm buying myself a PO."
Okay, that's good. We'll see updates on the cat ears. Okay, overlyanimated.com. Oh yeah, the overlyanimated.com/discord, patreon.com/overlyanimated to support us. Thank you to all our current patrons, especially our patron podcast, Connie, aka Veronica Cucamonga, and thanks to our patrons, executive producers Ryan, Steve, Alex, Beatrice, Hugh, Michael, and Needle. Back in 2 weeks for our Oblivio and Shot Blanc rewatch.
Yay.
Woo.
I'm pretty sure I pronounced it right every time this podcast, so shut up about that, okay? Pretty sure.
He's just yelling at Sarah.
Needle's the one who's taken this on as
Oh.
My goodness, yeah. Oh
He's
no, he was shot Needle. That's for a day. But now he's back to Needle. Okay.
That's so good.
So this isn't a meme. Not a meme is my pronunciation.
This is a meme. I'm about to change myself.
Oh god. I shouldn't have mentioned it. They missed it. I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Great.
Okay, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.